power, does God have all power and might by right, or does someone give God power, majesty and authority? As Muslims we have this is why I'm a Muslim, I used to be a Christian. Islam preaches a very pure monotheism, the religion of Jesus of Nazareth, the religion of the prophets, Moses and so on. Christianity unfortunately has complicated it, it's corrupted it, it still believes in one God, but it believes in three persons, it's all very complicated. But God has all power and might and glory and eternity and immortality. If you give any of that to someone else, that other person is not God. In fact, it's logical. Okay, I think it's logical anyway. So, he hasn't really addressed the point that the vast majority of the scholars I quoted here about John's Gospel are not liberal scholars, they're not anti-supernaturalists, they are conservative Christian scholars. And I've got a quote on my computer here. Even the most, I did a little test the other day. I went to find the most conservative Christian scholar I could find and see what he saw about John's Gospel, about the I am statements. And there are two that I found. One is, you'll know those scholars well, I'm sure. One is F.F. Bruce, who's a great biblical scholar at Manchester University, professor of biblical criticism. The other one is a guy called Craig Blomberg, who is a professor in the States. And I've got both their works on John. And I would love to share with you, I've only got 1 minute, so I can't do it, I'd love to share with you at some point what they say about John's Gospel. They do not assert, F.F. Bruce believes, okay, I'll see if I can do it in 30 seconds. F.F. Bruce, you agree as an evangelical scholar, would you? You completely sound Christian, according to you. He died 10 years ago. Yeah. You completely sound scholar? On John, you would have no problem with what he said?
I haven't read any detail.
Okay, well, I have. Let me explain what this renowned scholar says. Evangelical scholar, one of the top scholars of the 20th century. He compares John's Gospel with John's life of Jesus with like Shakespeare's treatment of Julius Caesar. This is his example, not mine. Okay, Julius Caesar was a real person. He really lived. He was really murdered by Brutus in ancient Rome 2,000 years ago. F.F. Bruce says, Shakespeare wrote a play about, the great playwright William Shakespeare wrote a play about Julius Caesar, which he did, about a real person. But the speeches that Shakespeare put in the mouth of Brutus and Mark Antony and Julius Caesar were Shakespeare's own creation. He put those words in his mouth. And this is F.F. Bruce's analogy of how John's Gospel works. Yes, there was a real Jesus of Nazareth. Yes, he went around doing miracles. Yes, his mother was Mary. But the speeches he gave were the free creation of John. And this is the virtual consensus of all New Testament scholars. And I will talk about Craig Blomberg in a second if you want. So